We are talking to Mr. Rolf Heuer, Director General of CERN. Thank you very much, Mr. Heuer, for your time and welcome to the United Nations for the celebration of CERN's 60th anniversary. In July 2013 in Geneva, you stated that scientific research is a driving force of knowledge, technology, and innovation and could change society. You thus highlighted the fact that science could participate in building innovative solutions to some of the world's most important problems. Promoting peace and sustainable development is one of the major challenges facing mankind today. Could you tell us what the link between science and peace is?
Science is a special language because it's a universal language. Everybody can speak this language, independent of culture and nation, independent of the background. And this is the beauty of research, of science. And by speaking science together and research together, you develop new methods, new technologies, and you gain a tremendous amount of knowledge, and you can educate people. And I think this is one small building block for peace. If you come to CERN, for example, seeing 100 nationalities working together without asking, where are you from? What have you done before? Then you see that it is possible to work together if you want to work together, once you have a common goal. And I think the education you get, the educational aspects you get through all this working together, you increase the amount of scientific literacy people. You increase the people who can judge about results of research, who can judge about information, who can select the correct information from the non-correct information. And I think education is a must in order to avoid more and more quarrels, more and more crises, more and more wars. So I think both things together, the international form of research, the international global collaboration, plus the educational aspect. Another aspect is extremely important. That was the word partnership. That means partnership means that you are on equal eye height, on equal footing between developing and developed countries. And I think this is very important, that developing countries feel as welcome and as necessary and as important at the table around when one is discussing science and research.
So why have you chosen the UN for this?
Well, first of all, CERN was born under the umbrella of UNESCO. And UNESCO is an institution of the United Nations. And secondly, United Nations and CERN somehow have the same ideas. They share the same ideas. They have been founded after the Second World War, when the world was in ruins, especially Europe. And we both share the same ideas, namely to bring peace as much as we can, to help to bring peace to the world. We do it on the scientific basis. Of course, the United Nations does it on all fronts. But I think here we can help each other. We can share our experience. We can share our knowledge about our experience, how to do that, what to avoid when one tries to develop peace. And I think it's therefore natural to come to the UN and to more or less bring this year 2014, our 60th anniversary, to a conclusion. We started in July at UNESCO, because everything started under the umbrella of UNESCO. And now we are here at the United Nations, also because we are a permanent observer to the United Nations General Assembly. And I think science and policy have to get closer together. Policy has to listen more to science. The other way around, I'm not so sure if we should do that, but that's my personal opinion, that research should be more or less free from political influences, as far as one can. But politics should be based on the results from research.
How does society benefit from science?
In multiple facets. First of all, science brings knowledge forward. Science brings technologies forward. So you gain on the knowledge front with people who have learned to perform research, to judge research, and to develop new technologies. Secondly, there's a direct spin-off into society from the results from research as well as from the technologies which are developed in order to do the research. Just let's take 2 examples. Medical application is a fantastic field which combines physics, engineering, information technology, biology and medicine to fight cancer. Here we can combine forces. We can develop together instruments in order to locate, for example, tumors. And we can develop together facilities in order to treat tumors, to treat cancer. So that is one example where you can use the results from research and the technologies. The second one is just a technology which was developed 25 years ago at CERN. This is a World Wide Web. And I think the World Wide Web has changed the world of economy, the world of communication. I think it has changed the world completely.
We all know that one of the most items of CERN's research agenda is to know more about the beginning of universe. How such a discovery could contribute in peace and sustainable development?
It contributes, first of all, through the fact that this research can only be done globally. It cannot be done by a single nation. It cannot be done by a small group of researchers. You need tremendous amount of brains, tremendous amount of hands. You need many, many resources, human resources from all around the world. And bringing all these together is the first gain to society. Because these people have learned, oh, the other person I'm talking to, living on the other side of the border, is a human. It's just a normal person like me. So this is very, very important. Secondly, I think such an experiment entices the young people. If you see how much for this discovery 2012 about the so-called Higgs boson has found enthusiasm around the world in all levels of society, but in particular in the young people. They are very, very interested. They see that this is a research which is at the edge of what you can do. And this, of course, attracts people, and this will bring new people into research and into engineering. And I think every country needs engineers, needs scientists in order to really, first of all, develop the sustainable development goals and afterwards to sustain the development goals. And you need educated people in order to do this. And to get all these people interested, fascinated, you need a beacon, you need a flagship. And this flagship we are having at CERN at the moment. And I can tell you everywhere where I go, in order to give talks to the general public, the lecture halls are full, fortunately very often with young people. And they are so enthusiastic, and so many people want to come to CERN to see what we are doing. So we have around 100,000 visitors per year coming to CERN for guided tours. We could house 200. We have 200,000 requests, but we cannot do more than 100,000. So it is this enthusiasm which carries also people forward.
And my last question is, how do you see CERN in the next 25 years?
In the next 25 years, I think we will continue to use the Large Hadron Collider in order to get even more insight into the development of the early universe. Because discovery of a new particle is one thing, but to find out, to measure its properties, is it really the particle which I think it should be, or does it deviate a little bit, which would bring me to new physics? This is something which we have to do now. This is for the next 20, 25 years. In addition, now in the next few years, I would hope that we open the first window into the dark universe, because with this new particle, we have just completed our description of the visible universe, which is just roughly 5% of our universe. 95% are unknown to us. And here I hope that in the next few years, we can open a new window into the so-called dark universe. And the results from the Large Hadron Collider, together with results from other facilities at CERN and, of course, in astrophysics or other institutions, will show us the way where we should go beyond the LHC. For this, we are preparing different types of accelerator proposals. And once we know where to go, we put it on the table.
Thank you for your time and consideration, and we wish to see you again at the UN very soon.
Thank you very much for receiving me, and I think the voice of research and science should be heard, and I think ECOSOC is the right medium for that.